Peace. My name is Brother Bashir Akinyele. I'm a 16-year veteran of Newark Public Schools, but also member, organizer, press secretary for the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition. I just want to take a few minutes to clarify the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition.
Yes, sir. Your comment. Please state your name and address for the record.
Sure. My name again is Brother Bashir Akinyele, 271 South 9th Street, Newark, New Jersey. Again, I want to just take a few minutes to clarify some misinformation about our peace rally. For the record, I'm the one that secured the permit for the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition peace rally on Myrtle Avenue and Madison Avenue. And understanding, and by the way, the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition founders are our big brother, of course, Southport Council with National Rocker, community activist National Rocker, also the Lacey Davis, and a member of the Nation of Islam, a brother by the name of Dave Muhammad. But again, we're based out of Newark. We're speaking to an issue of violence that's plaguing and pandemic violence that's plaguing black and brown neighborhoods all across the city, all across the country. However, we understood that Irvington and Newark are two different political beats. So therefore, we met, we discussed what we were going to do, and then we went up to Irvington to assess the murder of Selena Baines. We had caught word that Selena Baines, the pregnant mother, 6-month pregnant mother of 3 boys, was shot and killed on Myrtle and Madison Avenue. So we went up there to assess what happened. We held a few press conferences up there the day after she was murdered, and we decided that we were going to hold a peace rally for our sister. And by the way, our sister was active in our peace rallies, our Stop the Violence, Anti-Violence peace rallies. We were doing in Newark for over 70 weeks, or 69 weeks, prior to the peace rally up in Irvington. So, you know, we first spoke to the clergy as best as we could. And again, violence in the black community, it is a pandemic issue, but it's an apathetic issue when it comes to us. When we die, nobody cares. And this is why we launched the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition, to make people address this issue of violence in terms of the public health emergency. So we went to the clergy. The clergy shut its doors in Irvington. I gotta say that for the record. They had shut their doors today. We went to City Hall. We said, you know, let's talk to the elected officials and find out what procedures, what ways, what avenues we need to take so that we can legally hold a peace rally and bring the community together. All right? When I walked into City Hall, the receptionist told me that most of the elected officials were at a municipal council conference in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The one receptionist gave me a sheet of paper, put a few numbers on it. She directed me to several council people that were in town. She directed me to Mr. McKenzie. I called them, I reached out to them, left messages, no return. I reached out, they said that Councilwoman Sandra Jones is in town. I reached out to her. Eventually she did call back. For the record, she did call back, and she, for the record, was pretty much genuinely concerned about the issue of violence in the city of Irvington. And she said she would do what she could to help us organize, I don't know if I should say organize, but help us in our organizational efforts to establish a peace rally at Myrtle and Madison Avenue. But before we left, the receptionist said maybe we need to go over and talk to the police chief, Michael Chase. And I said, yes, that's exactly what we want to do, because we want to legally have a peace rally there. So I walked over to the police department. I asked for Michael Chase. I don't know who Michael Chase is, but I waited there. The receptionist told me that he was out, but one receptionist said, "Oh no, he's here." And he came out, and he said, and I told him, I said, one of our members was shot and killed on Madison and Myrtle Avenue. Her name was Selena Baines. She was a pregnant woman. 6 months pregnant, mother, 3 that was shot down, shot and killed with 2 other people actually. He said, yeah, I heard about the case. He said, sir, what do you want? I said, we want to hold a peace in the middle of the intersection. I kept stressing to the middle of the intersection. So he said, "Let's sit down and let's talk about how we can work this thing logistically out." So we sat down in their break room within the police department with another fellow by the name of Captain Oliveira. I hope I'm not mispronouncing his name. I was Oliveira or Oliver, but he was there, and his police chief receptionist by the name of Felicia, Miss Felicia. I don't know her last name. We all sat down and we verbalized exactly what we were going to do. We said that we were going to be in the middle of the intersection. That is our history. The Newark Anti-Violence Coalition's history is to be in the middle of the intersection, circle up, and, we speak to the issue of violence plaguing our community. So the police chief, Michael Chase, he proceeded to kind of give me the politics. I said, "Sir," I kept cutting him off. I said, "Sir, with respect, I don't care what the politics is. I'm not the mayor." He said, "Well, it costs money to do agency." I said, "I understand that. I know, the cities are strapped with cash. I just need to know what are the legal documents, procedures that I need to make in order to have a peace rally." And he proceeded on to tell me that, "Well, okay, this is what you need. Are you watching?" I said, "No, we're going to get it." It's okay. He said, "You need a different kind of permit." He said, "Some type of sound permit." I said, "Okay, that's all I need." "Yes, sir." He said, "My captain, escort you to the permit office, and the receptionist will give you a permit, the type of permit that you need to hold a legal peace rally." And he said, "Make sure you attach a letter to it explaining in detail, what the peace rally was going to entail." I said, "No problem." He said, "Make sure you submit it right away because it takes 3 days to process." I said, "Yes, sir." His captain, after we met, escorted me upstairs. We went to the permit office, and the captain spoke to the receptionist. She gave me at least I thought, what I believe to be the right permit. Gave me the permit application, told me I had to pay $32, and make sure we did it again in 3 business days. So, long story short, we did all of that. We went home. I filled out the permit. On the permit, I had the names of the people that were going to be on the sound system, and that was Sharif Ahmed Hotep, the field marshal from the New York chapter of the Black Panther Party, the members of the New York Anti-Violence Coalition. I said the community because I didn't know who was going to come and speak. So I said the community, and then I said myself. All right? And then we drew up the letter explaining in detail what exactly, where, who, what, when, why, and what we were going to do. And we submitted all this. And in about a couple of days, I got a call from the permit office. And the permit office told me that my permit was ready, that Michael Chief Chase had signed off on it, and you can have the permit, you can have your rally. So, I wanted to clarify that, and also for the record, I reached out to as many elected officials as I could. Let me clarify too. I reached out to Councilman McKenzie. I reached out to Councilman Soul. I reached out to Councilman Jones, and I reached out to Mayor Wayne Smith. Tuesday the 23rd, I got a call from Mayor Wayne Smith confirming that he was going to attend the peace rally. And I said, "Great, this is awesome." I said, "Man, I have the mayor of the city of Irvington coming to the peace rally. That's great. We're making a lot more strides than we do it because unfortunately, Mayor Cory Booker has not attended not one peace rally in the city of Newark." So I said, maybe we can make, tremendous strides in terms of the violence in this city. You got the mayor and chief executive officer of the city coming to the peace rally, so that's great. It's awesome. And so I felt comfortable that next day of holding the peace rally. And for the record, Councilwoman Jones, she confirmed as well to be at the peace rally. And the next day, when I arrived, being comfortable, I arrived on the scene, I see my comrades from the North Anti-Violence Coalition, I see my comrades from the People's Organization of Progress there,
And I seen Councilman Jones there, and I said, and I'm sorry, and this Kathleen Richards from the Irvington chapter of the NAACP. I said, great, we're making tremendous strides. We're going to deal with this issue. At least, you know, in that little bit of time I had, because the permit was from 5 to 6:30. So, you know, I didn't see any cops. I just said, okay, you know, maybe they'll come. If they don't come, and we go into the street, you know, and people get mad and angry and they don't call the police, I said to myself, that's great, call the police. We have a permit to be there. Sure, no problem. Yes, sir. But we went to the street, and unfortunately, traffic ensued. The police came. The police, as opposed to assessing what had happened, what's going on, they began to attack us, brutalize, beat us, pushed out the intersection, no regard for our permit, and they said, quote, that we got orders from our chief, to lock everybody up if you don't get out of the intersection. And again, over and over again, Mr. Sowell, over and over again, I explained to him that we had a permit. And Michael Chase told me that I wasn't out there live. So, you know, I say all that, I just, again, for the record, I wanted to clarify that the process we took to hold a peace rally at the intersection of Vernon Avenue and Madison Avenue. And again, we echo Brother Zaid's demand, all those demands we all also agree with every single action, but most importantly, demand number one, that all charges levied against those who were arrested should be dropped immediately in the interest of justice. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Right now. We all should just get up and work out.
Okay, woman in the pink, the next speaker.
Are they going to address this?
You can have Captain Chase come here and address it.
Chase ain't coming in here.
You guys just coming out because he's going outside.
Be sure to take your name and address for the record, please, and try to take one at day one, Friday.